the accountability, I don't say, I don't hold you accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable. But you got to accept your consequences because you weren't responsible. Does that make sense?
Makes
So if
complete
you don't
sense.
show up and then the coach doesn't hire you, it's not politics. They're not playing because you're not showing up.
Yeah.
But you can blame the world because everyone will accept that blame.
Yep.
But I got to do it through myself. If I put it as self-accountability, the world can't even give you a break because it's you that has to accept this. So,
Yep.
so once you are accountable for yourself, the consequences that happen, you know why. You know why those consequences.
Yeah.
What's going on with those
Yep.
consequences. They call me Peter Pan. So all the nephews had to, if you came with Uncle Fred's house, you're going to go play basketball and you're going to go run. And so everybody would have to come run, and then I would have Gatorade and water. If you win, you get Gatorade. If you lose, you got water out of the faucet. There was no, back then it wasn't.
Yeah.
So my goal is you go through this life, and not just get there, but sustain it, and then give it back to your people.
All right, man. Legacy Lounge. Sometimes people want to talk.
We have an incredible guest here.
What's up, brother?
The definition of the Legacy Lounge is the stuff that he's putting together. He's a great community leader. His story is amazing.
We got episode 68. We got Fred Wells. Thank you so much for coming into the Legacy Lounge.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I'm excited.
Yeah, so I got to give a shout out because we've now seen him, I want to say 3 times in the last 2.5 weeks. But one of your nephews, KD, shout out to him, and very energetic, super smart man. And when we met him for the first time, he immediately looked at us and was like, "Man, you guys got to sit down with my uncle."
Yes.
So obviously that's some praise. He knows that you've had your hands in many things. He's also, very proud of Jaylen, and when I found out that's your son, I'm like, man, love watching that guy play, and what a freaking success story that he is. And I know that you mentioned that you got a flight to Memphis tomorrow. So, why don't we just kind of start there? Tell us right now. When I met you downstairs, you said that you just got done speaking at a junior high school. Give us kind of a recap of what you were talking to the kids about today.
Well, just on my son created something called Sleep Nation. It's a nonprofit. So this nonprofit, kind of like how you were describing what Legacy Lounge was like, is kind of what Sleep Nation is, but in the athletic realm. And so I meet a lot of people. I bumped into a guy at Mills Middle School. This is where I went to school.
Yeah.
He kind of wrote me into to speak to a bunch of kids, middle school kids, on my career. And so that's how I ended up at Mills Middle School. So I just talked to a bunch of middle school kids. The teacher, first, I was just supposed to go over a career. Well, I have several careers. And what I did, but the teacher I said, so what do you really want out of this? Because I could just talk about the career. She said, these are kids that are struggling in life and they need to see someone like you. And how do you make it? And so can you just talk about that? And I said, perfect. That's my realm. So yeah. I have so I grew up in Rancho Cordova area. That was Mills Middle School. So I lived right down the street from that school. I lived in apartments. On my first divorce, I moved into some apartments right across the street from the school so I can keep my daughter. So, I had the advantage in the courts by living right across the street from the school that she goes to.
Nice.
And so that was just a strategy.
Yeah.
And then from there, I also was I was an EMT, and then I became a firefighter. But I worked all in that area. My station is right around the corner.
Yes.
And I worked pretty much all 4 stations that kind of surround Rancho Cordova, and I still live in Rancho Cordova. And my 3 of my kids went there, and I coached at Mills Middle School.
Man,
So give
that's
us
amazing.
So is your daughter that you mentioned, is that your oldest child?
Yeah, she's the one that changed my life.
Okay.
She's a good start off because she just rocked my world. So basically,
yeah.
I was going nowhere. I was a kid. I was doing everything what we do.
Yeah.
You get high, you get drunk, go to,
Yeah.
I hit every party. I didn't miss a party in Cordova. So I was just a young kid just doing all that stuff. Didn't know where I was going. Then I met a girl who eventually became my wife. She I think the parents were gonna like take her away to Las Vegas, so I married her so they couldn't take her.
Oh, wow. How old were you?
I was probably about 18.
Oh, wow.
18, 19, somewhere moving into that realm. So I was still messing around, trying to get serious, trying to figure it out. I was working at a whole bunch of restaurants. So I went to American River College and started taking like food sanitary courses and stuff like that, and figured, I guess I'll just be a manager since I'm in this realm, right? So I was just taking those classes, but still partying. That was probably the worst thing.
Yep.
When I worked at North Chuckwagon. After work, all kinds of crazy stuff. So from there, but one day I'm driving and she calls me up and she says she's pregnant. Now that, of course, oh, great, excellent. Yes, that's nice.
Were you scared? But deep down, you were scared?
Oh my God, I had no idea because I had one rule was I'm never gonna be on welfare.
Yeah.
But my income said welfare.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's no way I was going to be able to deliver this baby, have a child. So I was driving around in circles, and then this thing was flashing, Great Way of Life.
Mm-hmm.
And Great Way of Life was the Air Force at that time.
Oh, wow.
I pulled in and said, I need to go in tomorrow.
Oh, my goodness.
Take me. I'm ready to go. I said food services is what I do. Can I go? Yeah, sure. You can go into food service. We have plenty of food service stuff over there. So I went in general. 30 days later, I was at Lackland Air Force Base, going through basic training.
Oh my goodness.
Happens quick.
Oh my goodness.
I wouldn't have no time.
Yeah.
So that's what I did. And then they lied to me because I went to the basic training. I thought I was just going to get I'm going through basic training. You get your little thing that tells you where you're going to go at the end.
Mm-hmm.
So I had my little certificate, and I opened it up, seeing where I'm going to be a food service worker. And it said, a medical service specialist.
Whoa.
It's a medical service specialist. No, I went back and said, this says medical service specialist. I said I was going to go into cooking. They said, no, you're in the Air Force now. We own you.
Oh my word!
What a wake up call.
So there you go. I ended up going to separate Air Force Base, and which was the medical field. And then from there, I was sent to Travis, and at Travis, I began my Air Force career, and I had my 2 babies. I had my daughter, and then I had another son. So my daughter, then my son. No, so my daughter's 40 and my son is 39 right now. My daughter right now works as a manager in an oncology center in Dallas, and then she's works for the life insurance. She's the one that got me into life insurance.
Oh wow!
PHP agency. My son, my trouble guy who reminded me of me. We were able to get him before he got into trouble. This is what I talked to the kids, the middle school kids that we were just talking about.
Yeah.
How we don't get in trouble.
Yeah.
Because he didn't get in trouble, though he was doing things that should get him in trouble. We were able to get him into the military.
Mm-hmm.
Now, he's a story, too, because when he goes into the military, he says he's going to go into the special forces.
Oh, wow.
And he wanted to go be like a Green Beret or something crazy. And I said, and then so the wife, now she's my ex-wife, calls me up and says, your son is going to go into, special forces to get killed. And I said, and it's your fault. And so you need to talk him out of this. I said, no, this is good. This is if he's going to go into the military and go do that, that's fine. So I went and had a conversation with him. So I talked to my son. I said, well, I know you're smarter than this because I'm in the Air Force.
Yeah.
I went into the Air Force because the officers do all the work.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
And we can just hang out,
Yeah.
right? And I said, so you can do that. But that's good that you're going to go into Special Forces and go save the world and make America a better place and keep us free. That's awesome. And if something bad happens, because a lot of times something bad happens, I have a special place for your flag. You know, when they come in and knock on the door and tell us something bad happened to you, we'll have a place, and we'll definitely celebrate you on those special days, Veteran Days and Memorial Days.
Goodness.
Anyways, a couple weeks later, I hear that he joined the Air Force.
Well, now, what's his name?
Great talk.
His name is AJ.
Great
AJ.
talk, man.
Yeah.
I love it.
So I did some research. AJ, he's now like a big. Is it a food influencer?
No, it's just he's like Kate. All the young kids. They're always hustling, doing something. But yes, now he's into the foodie thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's absolutely jacked too.
Yes.
I mean, he is ripped, man. He's a big boy.
Yeah. So when we grew up, everybody had to run. As soon as you can walk, you had to come with me and run the track. You didn't have to keep up with me.
Yeah.
But you had to run, show up on the track. So that was their whole life. If you want to go into that world, that's a whole different world. Because I always they called me Peter Pan because I had all the nephews, and that's Katie was part of that. All the nephews, actually, yeah. So all the nephews had to, if you came with Uncle Fred's house, you're going to go play basketball and you're going to go run. And so everybody would have to come run, and then I would have Gatorade and water. If you win, you get Gatorade. If you lose, you got water out of the faucet. There was no, back then it wasn't.
Yeah.
So it was water out of the faucet and a nice cold Gatorade.
Oh, that's so good.
And so it was a lot of running, climbing over walls. If you go at Cordova, you see all the stairs. You ran practically every stair. We hit every stair. My son, the 16-year-old, not 16 at that time.
Yeah.
Because it's a traumatic time for me because I'm running. I got all the kids and I'm running. I always win.
Yeah.
And they were never going to beat me.
Yeah. Yeah.
That was never going to happen. And we're all competitive. And so my son, the 16-year-old, just as AJ, he almost beats me. I mean, my heart is I'm going to die, but I'm going to die. But he's not going to beat me. Yeah. Because he was pushing me. Oh. And I won, maybe by this much. That was the last time I ever raced him again.
You got out the right time, man.
Yeah. And he just continued, in the workout realm. Yeah. And then he's the one that now he ended up in the military. But he stayed out of trouble. Well, he stayed out of trouble almost. There was something happened. See, so he calls me up and he says that he got in a fight with the police. And so and then he shows me his little mark, and I'm just this little mark. I'm his father, so I'm playing father role. Yeah. And I've been an EMT, so I work with cops all the time. I mean, I've been in the fights, as an EMT, we were wrestling people, all this stuff. So we were used to working together. Yeah. And so I knew all the police too in Rancho Cordova area. And so anyways, he shows me this, and I'm trying to take it serious without laughing. He got a little something. Yeah. Yeah. But anyway, so he had a fight. So what I had to do was because now he's going to have a record. Yeah. So I found the supervisor of the people, those officers. I happened to know him. Oh, wow. We played basketball all the time. Oh, my goodness. Basketball, as you're going to see, has saved my life and our life or someone's life through my whole journey.
Incredible.
And so he just told me if I show up to speak at an OK event, which was an event that I had at Rancho working with black kids that were struggling. The sheriffs would have a relationship with them and at the school, and they built some kind of thing. And then on Saturdays they would have this event. They would either go on trips or just have some kind of meeting. And then you kind of get along with the kids and start, helping them change their lives. Good programs, the OK program. Officer Norcross started it.
Love it.
And he's still around, still doing it. But anyways, I did that, and then we had to drive to the courthouse. And we drove to the courthouse because I didn't tell anyone. That's his mom, which is the ex at this point. All of us, family, just went to the courthouse to help sit in court with him. I already knew there was not going to be any court.
Yeah.
So he goes across the street to go grab which court he's supposed to go into. And he came back and said, they don't have anything. And I said, no, you better make sure you don't want them coming after you later. So he comes back and says there's nothing. And that was it. And
So that's a good thing.
It's a great thing.
We drove home, no record. This is when we had the conversation now on getting into the military.
Yeah.
Because now we got a clean record.
Yeah.
Now we need to do something, son. And it was we went to a park with my wife now and had a lot of conversation. He was emotional. And then he made that change, then signed up for the military.
Now, is his mom still in the picture, or was she not in the picture? Were you raising your two kids, your two oldest, on your own, or was she in the picture?
Yeah, his mom, their mom we're always in the picture.
Yeah.
I mean, we were fighting early, and then when all the divorce and everything was final, but we never.
Yeah.
We always worked together. That's the way you always had a hook on me, because there's no way you can take your kids from me. Yeah. Right. So she's the one that said I need to speak to him, because she was raising my son, and I had my daughter, full custody. The son was a 50-50 arrangement. I mean, I don't want to get into the dirt, but
for
end
sure.
of the day, I ended up with my daughter. I wanted both. So, but he went with her. I stayed with my daughter, and then, but I had a room. But he was a smart guy. I thought my daughter was. I'll tell her you're not very bright. Why would you stay with me? Because in my house, you're gonna have to figure out. You're gonna cook. You're gonna figure out how to eat. You're gonna clean. There's rules.
Yeah.
It's not fun.
Do you think that came from your military background?
No.
Okay.
It came from my dad.
Yeah.
It came from my father.
Yeah.
My father is no joke either. He was a very nice man. Everyone loves him outside, but
Tough.
Not for me.
Yeah. Oh.
Yeah. So now he taught us responsibility, accountability, and if you didn't do it good, you had to go back and do it again.
Yeah.
You paint the house and it didn't look good, you're going back. You cut the lawn, cut the grass, or trim the bushes. If it wasn't good enough, to call you up and you're doing it again. Take your car, keep you at home, make you get haircuts. You don't want haircuts. You had to go to church on Sundays and Tuesdays, and Wednesdays.
Oh,
you're gonna have Bible study.
Yeah.
And I fought all of that.
Of course.
Yeah. So that's kind of how that works. So my son went into the military, did great, started a business, Mastodon, and then he called Mastodon, which was some type of sportswear. And so that's when he was jumping over cars and all that stuff. And then from there, he moved into tattoo artist. So he is currently a tattoo artist in Fairfield, and makes more money than all of us.
That's crazy.
And also does modeling. And so now he'll go to LA and model different things. And then just recently, I think he has a girl that he might keep.
Yeah.
I mean, it's different, because I go through this. I never connect emotionally to any of these people they bring home.
Yep.
I just, hi, how you doing? And just be a nice guy.
Yeah.
But this one I think he acted a little different. So I said, I think this one might be the one right here.
And how old is he now?
He is about 39.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
And so now if you watch the foodie commercial, the female that he's with, I think that's going to be the keeper.
Got it.
Right.
Good for him.
I love it.
So he has a ex-wife, and then from that there's a grandson. So I have also a grandson from him.
Oh, so
He's
so,
in Elk Grove.
So and does AJ have one kid?
One kid.
Mm-hmm.
That's awesome, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So that's that. My daughter, she went into nursing. She was a hooper. So how I ended up in the hoop world was my daughter, because my father, he was playing. My father was a hooper. He played. He was back in his day. He played basketball. He played with who's the guy who can do hooks?
Kareem?
Not Kareem.
Wilt?
Wilt. He played with Wilt because he's from Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
So he was in there. He's in there.
There.
Meadowlark, Lemon, all of them. He was around in that time. And you could see some pictures. But he was out here. He worked at Cordova as a campus supervisor, but also worked for Cordova Rec Center doing all these basketball programs. And he would be a ref. And anyways, I brought my little second grade daughter. And he told me, Fred, she's not an athlete.
Yeah.
She's not going to go anywhere in that world. And I said, oh. So I went to my daughter. Her name is Tiffany. I said, Tiffany, Grandpa says that you can't play hoop. She didn't like that. And she's competitive.
Yeah.
Even
yeah.
at that age. And so I said, so you want to go to work?
Yeah.
And we're going to go ahead and prove her wrong. And then from there, I didn't really know how to. I just played basketball on the streets. I'd never learned to play.
Yeah.
So I bought me a few books on how to X and O's and started learning how to play. And then I began coaching her.
Yeah.
So I coached her. We went to every gym. And then my son had to follow. And so we went to every gym, and there was a rule. You had to have tennis shoes and a basketball. Bring it in. It was in my trunk because we would roll up to a blacktop area when we saw people playing basketball.
Yeah.
Jump out and go play ball. First, it was I used to do that, and then they had to come in and do that with me. Then I began coaching. So I coached her all the way up till she pretty much gave up basketball.
Yeah. Yeah.
She was really good. So she was really good at Cordova. Always started all her life. I don't think she ever sat on the bench. And then it was, the girls' world was just coming. So basically, I was now a nurse at this time. What happened with her when we got to the final stages, she was a senior. She made some type of decision not to continue on with basketball because Stanford was kind of interested. It was a camp that we were thinking about going to. But I think she saw my check, what I was making as a nurse. And then we looked at Lisa Leslie's and Cynthia Cooper, and they were making nothing near what I was making. And so I didn't know that moment changed her because next thing you know, I hear that she wants to go to nursing school.
Dang.
And so she went to nursing school.
Yeah.
And this is I'm sorry,
This is my daughter,
okay, your oldest, got
number
it.
one,
Who currently lives in Texas.
who currently lives in Texas. And then she had a best friend named Sheena, who is is in our Cordova Hall of Fame. She was a softball player, but also played basketball. Back in those days, we did a lot of 3-on-3.
Yeah.
Remember Hoop It Up?
Hoop it up. Yeah.
We're at
man.
We're at all the Hoop It Ups.
Oh, yeah.
From here to Seattle.
Man. I love that.
Did you play in some hoop it ups?
Oh,
all day. Oh, my goodness.
Did you ever win any?
We didn't win it, man.
They were competitive.
Yeah. Yeah. We won the All-State 3-on-3 and got sent out to the Final Four one year.
Did you play with Ray?
No, that wasn't with Ray. That was with a couple of the Sac State guys. So, but Hoop It Ups was where it's at, man. Oakland Coliseum parking lot.
yeah.
Those are the ones, man.
Yeah, we were here. Bill Cartwright had
Oh,
three on
yeah.
threes too
Oh
at
man.
his place.
Oh man.
And we had girls because there wasn't a lot of boys. I mean, there wasn't a lot of girl teams.
Yeah.
So my daughter was Sheena. And then I threw in a couple other girls. One could shoot threes. Her name was Audrey. And then we would go, but we were beat up boys. So
Yeah.
we were beating boys.
Dang.
And then we had a group of girls from North Highlands. Man, those were the battles.
Yeah.
But anyways, those were, it was fun. That who put up world. Sheena actually went to I think Penn State.
Okay.
For her.
Okay.
So she had a scholarship to Penn State.
Yeah.
And did her thing, became an engineer, a rich, started living a good life. So she meets Matt Sapala, who is the PhD,
Yeah.
the head of the PHP agency. They meet, they fall in love, they get married. And so now they're together.
Wow.
So they're together in Dallas.
Incredible.
And this is where my daughter lives today because she got married. They broke up while they were in Texas. Their relationship ended. Left me with a grandson. And he's a good guy. He's a good guy as far as he's a father.
Yeah.
Which all I care about. I mean, obviously they got their issues
Yeah.
that they have to deal with. But as a father, he's engaged and involved in all that stuff. So still shout out to good fathers. So they split up, and in my family, you can't quit.
Yeah.
You just get up, you keep moving. No one quits. No one in my family. You just keep on moving to the next thing. And so she just somehow found her way into with Sheena, got into the business. She's doing really well in that business now.
Yeah.
And now they live in the same house. The grandson and all of them created homeschool, so they homeschooled them, and then they got 3 other people, and they got themselves bought a little teacher.
Yeah.
And then they are being taught at the house. And so she's doing good, and then she's managing a oncology clinic with the goal that her money eventually at PHP agency will sustain her.
Yep.
And then so she's close. It's going to happen pretty close. She told me she's going to get me a Mercedes, and she's going to be the first one to $1 million. But then,
oh man!
So this is, like I said, his house is competitive.
Yeah.
And so she tells me, she had me even look at the Mercedes that I want. So I don't know, Maybach and all that stuff. I never vision myself having anything, so I know nothing about. I don't see. I don't look at stuff I'm not gonna have.
Yeah.
But she told me, so she showed me the Maybachs and asked me what color and all that stuff. So I don't. That's still there. It still can happen.
Yeah. Exactly.
Those Maybachs are the really nice ones too.
Oh, no, man.
She promised. She said that's coming. So I'm putting that pressure back on her.
Exactly.
So I didn't forget.
Yep.
So that's her, and then I have my other son who's just living his life, the 39-year-old. He does what he does. That's what we all say.
Yeah.
He just does what he does. But he's in school, getting the business license. He's getting because he does the tattoo artist, so he's in that kind of class to get a master's degree in whatever drawing stuff is. I don't know what that is. I don't remember what they tell me, but he's going to have a degree when he's done.
He's got his hands in many things.
Yes. And then he's now got a divvied into that. And then I have my other son who is DeAndre Stallings. He is 30, and he had ADHD issue. So he had to struggle through that. But you don't get to have that again in our house. You don't get to have a disease or anything that could slow you down. So there's no excuses. So even him didn't have any excuses. So he was a hooper. I mean, he was pretty good here in Cordova. Matter of fact, when Cordova was really good, DeAndre was playing in Galt at Liberty Ranch, and so that was a big event when the superstar Roberson. There was a Roberson at Cordova, and then there was DeAndre at Liberty Ranch, they would play, and it was a big event because they both were scoring. You know, could get 40 in a game.
Yeah.
So DeAndre, they were able. Liberty Ranch was able to switch from, I think they were D2, D3 or whatever, but they went to D1 when DeAndre got there, and the ball ran through him, and they went into the playoffs. They just lost in the playoffs. They made it to Arco Arena at that time. But he works at Safeway and in the business, the PHP business. And so now he's growing his business in that realm. And then Jaylen, the youngest, he was just around basketball, from my daughter to DeAndre. Now, my other son, he played too. And then now, Jaylen.
So all three of the kids before Jaylen all went to Rancho.
Two went to Rancho. DeAndre ended up at Folsom
Okay.
High School in Folsom. There's a story that irritated me with that, but how we ended up in Galt. So I don't know what was happening at Folsom, but my son wasn't smart enough in third grade, and they had little people with white coat that said my son's not smart enough, and so they said he needs to go to another school. So we listened, and he went to the other school, and it was the school where they sent all the prisoner kids. And then he was in a special ed school. So I couldn't figure out why he wasn't on the playground. So I went to go visit him.
Yeah.
But he was in the special ed kids didn't go out. So they put him in special ed.
Jeez. Yeah.
And my wife, whoo. But anyways, we jumped up. We found out there was a teacher that was at in Galt. This was, I think it was a fifth grader.
Okay.
And so in fifth grade, he went there. This teacher worked with, had a son that had ADHD and was an engineer.
Yeah.
And so it was perfect move.
Yep.
Shout out to the wife, because she's the one that found that, made that discovery. And so we went over there. Perfect. I mean, he went through normal school. He had to work hard, but he went through and he graduated and ended up with a scholarship to Concordia.
Concordia.
Oh, look at
Not
that.
here though. It's in Oregon.
Oh, in Oregon. Gotcha. There's Concordias all over. Yeah.
okay.
Yeah. Because every time I say it, they always assume it's this one. But it was the one in Oregon. So that was his path.
So would you guys have to drive him to school from Rancho Cordova all the way to Galt every day?
Yeah. He stayed at those grandparents in Galt. So that was the thing. So he would just stay at the grandparents' house most of the time. Yeah. So we would just get him from here and there. We had Jaylen now, because once you have Jaylen, him going to Galt, and you have Jaylen. This is a black-brown thing, I don't get into all that.
Yeah.
I don't believe in it. I know those things exist, and I know there's post-trauma and all that stuff that created our issues.
Yeah.
But I won't allow that to be,
of course,
a discussion. And so I just wanted to see if I just took a kid and put him in the same school. He's a black kid, same school as all these CEOs and super rich people go to. That was Country Day. And sure enough, he just got smart just like them.
Yeah.
I mean, it was not an issue.
Yep.
And then so he was pretty much a A student. I think they really liked him in his Latin class. They actually wanted him to compete.
Yeah.
In the Latin world, he didn't want to do that.
Yeah.
He's a hooper.
Yeah.
He was a hooper from the minute he popped out.
Yeah.
He was on a basketball. So.
Now, the whole family, you can tell from listening to your story, and you created a platform. Like when you're telling the story of like you either get the cold Gatorade or the water, running at the track. Like I'm envisioning what that looks like, what that feels like, and so everyone under that roof is competitive. But did you know quickly at a young age that Jaylen was the most talented athlete of all your children, or did it take until he was in high school for you to know that?
They were all talented. They just locked in this is my belief is we get them on a path, you push them hard. So responsibility, I have a set of values that I drive people to. So it's values and habits, attitude, and attitude has to be positive. You just build that right from day one. So when I get the 6-year-old niece that I'm raising, she's 1, the first thing I'm working on is confidence, because you can't even get out the door until you have confidence.
Yep.
And so I think value, because you can't rob people what's in here. So whatever the societies around you, I mean, you could get locked up in a door, but if you have this, you're still, they can't rob that. They can't do anything to take from you. So I focus, even from the very beginning, my life with values. Once I woke up and saw the light, and when I was in the military, 3 black men helped me. They started directing me down the right path, and then from then I knew how I wanted to raise my kids, and my dad was hardcore on accountability and responsibility. So, and my mom told me I could be whatever I want to be. She just said it over and over. She just didn't care. It's like, you sucked at whatever you were doing, but she says you can still be whatever you want to be. So you can be. We said we want to be doctors, and she just said we can be doctors. Just like never even like doubted that. Never ever heard a blame or nothing that you can do this. We used to get called the N-word every day, and she just pushed it. You had to go right back out there, and go to school, and make it work.
Love it.
And we did that, and then I got in a fight. Someone decided to get in my spot. They didn't understand that when I was on base, that was my place.
Yeah.
I was the ruler of that base. I got moved off into this white school where it was all white people. And you had N-word written on the walls, on the sidewalk, it's everywhere.
Yeah.
On the way, you get called names on the way to school. That was just normal. Little lunchbox going to school. And so and to me, it was just whatever.
Yeah.
No one's going to get in my way. That was my mindset.
Yeah.
No one's ever going to stop me. If someone gets in your way, you just hit them.
Yep.
Whatever you got to do. I mean, honestly, to this day,
Yeah.
I don't, it's never, that doesn't stop. And, and I did, and then all my kids, same thing.
Love it.
You just stay, you drive your own race, you stay in your own race. You just do what you got to do. So So I kind of lost where I was, but we had
You were talking about Jaylen being in Folsom, and in that area, that school, he was exceeding at a very high level.
Yeah. So every kid was exceeding. That's where we're going. So every kid, all my kids are strong.
Yeah.
They, the one, like I said, he went and go fight cops, whatever.
Yeah.
You can't. And my daughter, don't even. She's a nut. And then my son, and then DeAndre's the nicest about all of them, but he's hardying a little. And then I remember one guy started messing with him in my other house, and all of a sudden I saw a different DeAndre, and that guy was quiet.
Yeah.
It was
Oh,
done.
yeah.
He handled the issue.
Yeah.
And then Jaylen was probably the nicest guy. So he grew up because I had money now. When Tiffany and AJ, I was broke, and I worked like 4 or 5 jobs. But I was still coaching. I still coached all of them in basketball. Wow. I coached at Mills Middle School. So you figure a way, and so I think that's what I was talking about when you can't take anything away.
Oh yeah,
is that so I work. I don't even know I'm working 3 jobs, and I'm coming home and I'm coaching, and then you have to gotta help them through their homework and all that stupid, all those things that you got to do through life.
Yep.
It was just you just do it. It wasn't even. I don't even call it really adversity or anything.
Yeah,
it was to me adversity is. That's what life. We
Yeah.
all got. You can probably tell me something that happened to you today. We all got something.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So to me, that's just normal. And so when you teach values, when you teach through values, so basically confidence makes you believe in you. When you believe in you, you'll go do things. But you got to have. I got to teach you some responsibility. Responsibility is. If you say you want to go here, this is in my Sleep Nation, you tell me you're going to go to the NBA, and I said, okay, I'm going to hold you accountable. And I'm not nice. Because to be in the NBA, it's not easy.
It's not.
So there's no nice to this.
Yeah.
It's show up
Yeah.
or don't. If you don't show up, then that's your responsibility is showing up.
Yep.
The accountability, I don't say, I don't hold you accountable. You have to hold yourself accountable. But you got to accept your consequences because you weren't responsible. Does that make sense?
Makes
So if
complete
you don't
sense.
show up and then the coach doesn't hire you, it's not politics. They're not playing because you're not showing up.
Yeah.
But you can blame the world because everyone will accept that blame.
Yep.
But I got to do it through myself. If I put it as self-accountability, the world can't even give you a break because it's you that has to accept this. So,
Yep.
so once you are accountable for yourself, the consequences that happen, you know why. You know why those consequences.
Yeah.
What's going on with those
Yep.
consequences. And so and then the next step is, so once you're responsible, you're accountable, and you have confidence, you gotta be disciplined. And this is a distraction. That is our biggest problem. I was trying to come up with excuses today. Coming here, right? You know what I'm saying? It doesn't matter. I'm tired. Whatever it is. How well can you manage distraction?
Yep.
With Jaylen, we got him good video games. I did everything I could to distract him.
Yeah.
So my strategy was distraction to see if he really wanted
That is
to
wild.
go to play basketball.
Yeah.
And then when I gave him a car, I didn't give him any rules.
Uh-huh.
I just gave him the keys. He hardly needed the car because he just drove it 2 miles down the street
Yeah.
to the gym.
Yeah.
And then he makes his people come run with him
Yeah.
at the stadium. And so he was self-driven. And then he had to figure out how to squeeze in his school, squeeze in his workouts, and then he rewarded himself with the video. And I told him how you play video as a reward. So I've accomplished this, I accomplished this, I accomplished this. I get to play video for a while.
Yeah.
Or I get to play video for 2 hours. But you set your own rules. So whatever reward system you want to have for yourself, that's on you. You teach that.
Love it.
And then the work ethic is the habit, is you grew up running.
Yeah.
You grew up, so you feel like you got to pee. And I got to run.
Yeah.
It's part of life. And so that's all my kids.
I love it.
So let me get clarity real quick on Jaylen for a second. So when he's in high school and he's in Folsom and he's on the basketball team and he's working, it doesn't really sound like you were over his shoulder checking on him, making sure that he's getting his work done. He was doing all that on his own. Would you agree with that?
Sort of. I didn't have to do any of that because he had a mom. This team that I have, I feel sorry for my kids because you got my mom, you got me.
Yeah.
There ain't no break.
Yeah.
So my mom the mom saw the grades. Because he's inside the system. I don't know technology.
Yeah.
So she was inside seeing what the grades were doing. She could see a dip. She drove, she came and took some stuff out the house one time, talking to Jaylen, because Jaylen grades was trying to take a dip. And so as soon as she saw that, she was on top of it. So she's the opposite. She's the old school.
Yeah.
Discipline, you get in trouble, take it away. I'm motivating, trying to get you to think your way through it. So the combination, I think, was helpful.
Yeah.
She would sit at practices because we didn't really yell at the games. What do you need to do? Just yelling, what you normally yell at during games. Go, and good job, and yell at the ref, whatever it is that you do. My wife was also pretty good at that.
Yeah.
The refs will come talk to him, and she's like, "What are you doing? That's why you can't. That's why you're not seeing the play because you're talking to me." She knew every ref.
Yeah.
Every ref knew her. But it was so at practice is where we put all the pressure. Now, if I saw you lacking in practice, that's when you hurt me. Now we got to do extra workout because I always call it practice, and then you had to deal with me,
Yeah.
and which was more work.
Yeah.
So practice is you're winning, you're coming in first place because he said he wanted to be NBA at 4th grade. I locked in on, okay,
Yeah.
we're going
Yeah.
right. So now you held accountable with these kids. And I warn them too when I have them in a group for Sleep Nation. When you say you're going to go to the NBA, just me, you probably don't want to talk to me because I don't know how to play down.
Yeah.
So I'm going to push you up. I'm holding you to that.
Yeah.
So if you say NBA, I only see that for you.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's how it was with my son. I only seen where you wanted to go. I'll check in and say, you still want to go?
Yeah.
And then he'd check in and he would say he wanted to go. So that was the difference. Tiffany was on the same way, my oldest. It's just that the women world just wasn't right for her at that time. But if the women world was the way it is today, or maybe a little bit better, if it was like this, we'd probably see her in the WNBA. Dang. I mean, she's a dog.
Dang.
Yeah, because she had a left, right. She's a dog. Yeah, you couldn't stop her, and her defense was just as good as Jaylen.
Yeah.
If not better, it'd be good to see. You can't. It's like trying to compare Michael Jordan to, LeBron. I mean, you can't really.
Yeah.
Can't really say the errors.
Yeah.
Because a Michael Jordan error is going to kill LeBron.
Yeah.
Today, I mean, but he's living in his era.
Yep.
But you say that the way you had to succeed, LeBron would be done.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what I always say.
Yep.
You can't compare the eras, and same with Tiffany. She was 40, and but so that's kind of it. So Jaylen always had like the work ethic to do it, and then I think academically was a good thing to put him at Country Day because at Country Day, and we moved him from Country Day after 8th grade because that was a D5.
Yeah.
He needed to go to a D1, and so we moved him from Country Day to Folsom, where that coach put him, he never, he didn't start a lot. He was on JV, didn't play until his, till like mid JV year. Mm-hmm. And
that's really wild to hear that.
Yeah, it's crazy hearing that.
Yeah,
what was his size getting into high school?
He was on the shorter side.
Yeah,
and there was the politics. You had the politics, meaning that you just have to get there because the kids are already in their spots.
Yeah.
And you have to beat that.
Yeah.
So that's what I call it. You just got to go beat the politics.
Yeah.
I tell kids, and they don't talk to me. They don't come back again. When they ask me the journey, I say, this is what you have to do. I don't take politics, but we're going to start early.
Yeah.
Get into the programs that they have in the summer. And you got to go kick butt.
Yeah.
And you got to force them.
Yeah.
Force them to break their policy. And I think Mike Wall let go a couple kids. They were, they were messy anyways.
Yeah.
But they were good, but they were messy, and you had this good kid.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I think that I could let this one go.
Yeah.
And I think that's what happened. I'm not going to say it, but he was the guy, and then suddenly you could see him getting in trouble.
Yeah.
And then suddenly he disappeared.
Oh my goodness.
And then Jaylen moved in, and his come out was at Cosumnes River, they had some kind of tournament. Jaylen scored like 40 points and was the MVP and all that stuff. He never saw the bench again.
Wow.
So that was his turning point.
So it's just ended up starting when he scored that 40 points, was he on JV at that time or?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was his senior year like, or varsity year like at Folsom?
Yeah, and then his varsity year, he averaged almost 30 points a game.
Unbelievable.
They, matter of fact, people will call him 30 because they finally just gave up and would say, he's going to get 30, so you got to stop somebody else. Matter of fact, I actually told Rockland what to do after a game because we killed him. Well, we didn't kill him, but we beat him pretty good. I actually talked to the coaches after the game, and I told them, because I wanted to see if Jaylen can handle it.
Yeah.
And they did beat us because I said they were putting their best rebounder guy to guard Jaylen. Well, he's not going to stop Jaylen. So why waste him on Jaylen? Bring your football people, bring, double, whatever you got to do, but bring someone that's just going to beat him up.
Yeah.
And then leave your rebound guy to rebound. I didn't think they were listening. But the next game, he wasn't guarding them, and he was there protecting the rim. And so now it was hard for Jaylen to get to the rim because he's there. Plus, he would get the boards, so they out-rebounded us. And they won it by the rebound margin. They won the game. But that was just, for me, just to see
Yeah.
to raise the competition level, because I always said that it's game film, because everybody thinks they're good. You know, you guys all know.
Yep.
Everyone thinks they're good.
Oh yeah.
But when you go to the team, that's when you go to your D1 team or you go to your college, they studied you.
Yeah.
The team studied you.
Oh yeah.
The team know who you are. So and you're picking your players. And the higher the level, the easier, the better. They can pick all 5 spots.
Mm-hmm.
So those 5 spots are the best. When you play high school, you're playing whatever they can show up. Then
Oh,
they
yeah.
have to make it work.
Yep.
And that's what people don't understand. I can make it work. I had to do that to figure. I didn't have good players to win. I had to coach more and teach them how to play team basketball better to win. But you have that one guy.
Yeah.
You know, my son DeAndre, the one that's 30.
Yeah.
He was the one guy. We won all the leagues because
Yeah.
I already knew that I got everyone else scoring.
Yeah.
I had a point guard that can get it to everybody. Everyone can score. But if you didn't know what to do, give it to DeAndre, because he's gonna knock it down no matter
Yeah.
where it was on the floor.
Huh.
And so we were able to take them. So we won the whole league with them. And you couldn't lose with DeAndre.
Yeah.
So Jaylen, he was short all the time, so he had to kind of fight that battle. So we just pretend he's going to be a 6-footer, make it into the league as a 6-footer.
Yeah.
And so we prepared him to be a point guard.
Yeah.
And so every time I coached him, I didn't coach him much. I backed off on him early.
Okay.
But when we did, you just had him pass to everybody. He had to get everybody's shots.
Uh-huh.
And because a lot of point guards today, even when I look at what we have now, they look for their own shots.
Oh yeah.
And so they're looking for their own shots, and so they can't make their team better. But
true
when I
point guards
talk
are
to
far
point
and few
guards, I say,
between.
yeah, look at your assist. Look at assists first. So I'm building Sleep Nation in Memphis, and I'm talking to a couple point guards now, and I said, all I'm going to ask you is about your assists.
Yeah.
I want to know how many assists you get,
Yeah.
because you work on your skills to do everything, because you already know you can score.
Yep.
And this is what a good point guard is I can create my own shot
Yeah.
wherever I need to go. Chris Paul would score 5 points in a game, score 40 points in a game, whatever was necessary, right? And so that's a point guard. That's the luxury of being. It's kind of cool, and you get to have the ball all the time. So you don't even have to worry about the ball coming to you like Shaq. You don't have to worry, Kobe, give me the ball, right? Because his numbers pretty much depended on Kobe. So you just had to. So you just got to coach kids through this. So Jaylen got that ideal. So he's a natural passer. He doesn't really care. He cares about winning.
Yeah.
And obviously, as you're in the NBA, they care about your stats. So it's almost like you have to have certain stats to keep where you need to go.
For sure.
But I can win, or we can try to win. But if other people aren't trying to win, then it's complicated. To me, I find the NBA right now kind of complicated on how to get where you need to go. At Sonoma State,
talk about that path.
It's rough. So at Folsom, he was 30. They called him 30, and they lost in the first round of the championship.
Okay.
But again, ball was sticking. Ball was sticking.
Tough.
I had a guy who wanted to be a point guard with my other son, and he would throw the ball at DeAndre's head. To get him to score. They were doubling DeAndre. They were doing everything they could to stop him, and he could score.
Yeah.
And then the point guard needed assists. He knew he needed assists, so he told DeAndre, and if DeAndre's back was turned, he'd throw it at his head. I mean, that's how important he was for his game, which I thought was real brilliant for this guy to realize that. So DeAndre had to work super hard that game. They beat him up, and he had blade ups and all that stuff. But so that's kind of the route. So Jaylen, he got his 30. He was athlete. I don't even look at accolades. Those are, to me, you just get those little rewards and you go. But I don't never think about it, because that's your journey to look back and say, okay, we did this, we did this, and you can show off to your kids. This is what I got, and it's all sitting right here. So you got proof.
Yeah.
That's all I call that's proof. Our journey is not through.
Yeah.
So whatever those other things that they do, I don't even remember. Right, I don't even remember what they are.
Yeah.
He just got a bunch of stuff and made the newspaper and had all these interviews. And then Sonoma State, so no one came, no D1s.
So that was that. How did he take that? I mean, was
He didn't care. Is there a place to go play basketball?
wow? That's incredible.
There's a place to go play basketball. So there was three schools that won only three D2s. The rest were D3s, millions of D3s. Oh, so many D3s. Well, we entertained all of them.
Yeah.
We entertained every single school that came and talked to us. So then we ended up, one school said we had to go because he's black and we're black. But it was our attitude. Because I was thinking about it. I want to go hang out with black coaches and stuff like that. But when they told us that you have to come here because of that,
Yeah.
then I was mad.
Yeah, of course.
And Wall had a relationship with Sonoma State guy, Shay Witt. So we went there. But
Yeah.
Shay was immediately, day one, even though Jaylen didn't play well his first season, said, "You're the guy." But you could see him going in, trying to do those things that make you play well.
Yep.
And so so they went through that season. That next season, it was Jaylen's. And you saw it all. Now, that's why I know people don't know Jaylen, because Jaylen was a scorer at all three levels. They say he was a three-point shooter. I hate when he shoots threes. I always hated shoot threes because he was a scorer, so he shoots off the dribble. That was his game, right?
Yeah.
Not a catch and shoot. So he had to kind of been forced into a catch and shoot for, through this journey.
Yeah.
So he's still considered catch and shoot, but he's a scorer. Always been a scorer. He was a scorer from second. He's always a scorer.
Yeah.
And he could shoot threes, and he'll hit 13 threes in a game sometimes. But it was just in the game of scoring.
Yeah.
So I'm standing here or I'm standing here. It didn't really matter where I'm standing on the court. When it's time to shoot, I can shoot.
Yeah.
And lazy, you guys are staying out there, so that's why he ended up shooting a lot of threes, because you weren't guarding him,
Yep.
right? So that's just how he was. So if you watch Sonoma State, everything that you see in the NBA is not a surprise.
Yeah.
But everyone else is surprised, because now I see Brevin Knight, he's a commentator from Memphis. He
Oh,
started
yeah.
to comment on these different aspects of his game. And I was like, no, this is his game if you let him play his game.
Yeah. Brevin was always such a student of the game. He's great.
Brevin,
Yeah.
he played for Stanford.
Yeah, he played at Stanford.
He's amazing. I loved
Point guard,
watching him.
right?
Yeah. I loved
Yeah,
watching
very good
him.
point guard. I like
Lefty?
I like him.
I don't remember if he's lefty.
Okay. Now, did that growth spurt with Jaylen happen like his senior year in high school?
Yeah, kind of during COVID. It was like
Yeah.
something happened in COVID. So it started kind of growing in his senior year. But by the time that year, the first year of COVID went through, then he started spurting. It just was crazy.
Now, is his mom tall?
Yeah, his mom's, I would say, is 5'10".
Oh, wow.
Yep.
Okay.
We were just arguing about that
Yeah.
today. 5'8", 5'10", somewhere around there. She's close to my height.
Yeah.
So his second year at Sonoma State started to really improve. And did he end up getting offers,
No, and that's a kind of a funny story too. But so they had a sorry year, but I told Jaylen that he can't transfer out unless he took Sonoma State to the playoffs. They were ranked number 11 for the division. I think they came in last place his first year. And I said, we can't have this. So we got to take this team to the playoffs. And so, and then we can look at the transfer portal. They go to the playoffs. I couldn't even believe it. I was just saying it, like, not really serious, like it's not possible. I mean, it's no way, right? But he took the team went all the way to the playoffs.
Yeah.
And then, but we played a D1 team, Cal Baptist.
Okay. Yep.
And he scored 38 points.
Jeez.
And the coach, Shayowitz of Sonoma, said, okay, he told his staff, Jaylen's leaving.
Yeah.
And then he worked with us.
Yeah.
For the rest of the trip, he was
Good for him.
Jalen's best friend, knowing that he's about to lose his best player.
Yeah.
But he to me is a coach, like
That's
a
amazing.
gym, yeah. And so he was there with Jaylen throughout.
Mm-hmm.
He had this thing. Then all of a sudden, D1s. We talked to almost every one of them. Then finally we decided only mid majors and above.
Mm-hmm.
So we kind of ranked it and said,
Yeah.
okay, we're not going to talk to anyone down here. We're only going to talk to the major. Then he wanted Pac-12.
Yeah.
Well, the only Pac-12 was Washington State, and then the guy named Wayne, he's a scout. He's the assistant coach for them.
Okay.
He said his daughter told him is actually like Jaylen. And told him to look at Jaylen when he was at Sonoma State. He didn't really know what to believe. And I think there was and one of his trainers, AD True Handles, if you know who he
I know
is.
him.
Yeah.
Actually, we coached Kai's team together when they were little. So
Yeah.
I know him well.
Yeah, so he started with that was his training. So that's the beginning of Jaylen getting the head right.
Yeah.
So I'll give all that to AD.
Yeah.
And so he's the one. He was a believer.
Yeah.
He said he's going to the league from the get-go. He was the first one.
That's
That
great.
said it from the get-go. And then he got to Sonoma State and a guy named Jake Salerno. He was a teammate. He said, "You're special."
Yeah.
So he put it in his head. Yeah, so Jaylen, he's just playing basketball.
Yeah.
He's just hooping.
Yeah.
That's all he was. He knew he was going to go to the NBA. It was just going to happen. That's why COVID was so terrible, because he just assumed everything was going to happen.
Yeah.
And that was, for the first time, I felt like I can't help him.
Yeah.
Because they were shutting everything down, and they shut everything down from these kids. And one of the kids went out and got because this is what happened. It ruined these kids' lives.
Yeah.
It was the worst. It was the worst thing ever. It still bothers me.
Yeah.
To see how we treated kids. But I was I found, okay, we're just going to go to the park, to the stadium at Folsom. And we would climb the fence, climb the bulb, and jump in, and we work out every day.
Yeah.
And then we were on the court shooting. Pretty soon, the cops would watch us.
Damn.
They would pull up, and they would see us, and they didn't say anything.
Yeah.
We're running, we're working out, and then we go to the thing, and they never said a word.
Good.
And so we got to keep on working, and Jaylen was able to get more people. I don't know if you know Danielle Biglione.
That sounds
Danielle
familiar.
Biglione, she was a WNBA player, played for the Monarchs.
Yes. 100% know who you're talking about. Yes.
Yeah. So she was our trainer.
Oh, wow.
And she would go find parks, because the parks would pull down the hoops. So we go, she goes, I found a park. She'll call us in the morning. We got a park.
That's
we
incredible.
drive. We go to the park, go work out. And then the park, she would pull up. We're going to go to the park the next day. The hoops down. She'll call and say, the hoops are down. Just give me a minute. I'm going to go find a hoop. And we found another hoop.
Yeah.
And then that's what we did. And then I bumped into Mason Forbes.
Okay.
And he had a little secret place.
Uh-huh.
And so his son from Harvard too was all working in the secret place. And so we went to the secret place. So a whole bunch of kids in the secret place were hooping all day long.
Yeah.
And that's what we were doing. So his game got better. And all he did was do all the training. And then our Rose City, that's why it's Jaylen Wells Elite now, because Jaylen Wells Elite, Rose City, they found places. So we went to Idaho and Arizona. Those were the two places that were always hooping.
Yeah.
So we were at Idaho, Arizona. Then he was playing at this little secret place, and then running around with Danielle. And then another guy, Dante, he found a place. He had a place. And so now we got to go in the secret door, and then we started hooping in there. So that's how the hooping. And we call up our other friends and get them into that place, and then that's what happened. So next thing you know, Jaylen was at a different level.
Yeah.
And then so we went to, then he had to go, we went to Sonoma and then Washington State. So then the next step was Washington State. For that, so I always put everything in strength and conditioning. Anyone who talks to me will always say strength and conditioning. So my guy, game fit, is Lim.
Yeah.
He's my guy. He is my go-to when you're serious and you can go through the filter. I call Charles Kidd the filter. Have you know what Charles Kidd is?
Yeah.
I know Game Fit though.
Okay, yeah, Charles Kidd, he's been around for a long
Okay.
time. He knows everyone,
Okay.
and he's a good guy. He's a foster dad, and he
Uh-huh.
takes in kids and helps them get on the right path.
Yeah.
But he has a gym, and you're jumping boxes and stuff like that.
Got it.
And he gets you through. So I send middle school kids there as your filter. If you can survive him, then we can pay more money for real strength and conditioning.
Yeah.
And I'm not going to say real strength and conditioning because he got to the dog in you.
Yeah.
And then you had to get now you get the measurement and they can check your hips and tell you all the little stuff. So but Game Fit. So after you guys can handle this, then Game Fit is get you ready to go.
Yeah.
So you're ready to go to college. So before we went to Washington State, I would circle names of who were going to take place because you're going to start.
Mm-hmm.
So it was always, you're going to start. So these are the guys that are in your way.
Yeah.
And but what you can do during the interview with Washington State, we asked what metrics they look at on the players. So they had these timing things.
Mm-hmm.
So I said, okay, we're going to get you ready to meet all those times
Yeah.
right when you come in, because those kids that are coming back, they're going to be lazy. And so they're not going to come back well prepared because they
Yeah.
already got their spot.
Mm-hmm.
It's an assumption. And I have a rule against assumptions. And I warn him too, because all kids are coming to take your spot.
Of course.
So anyways, that's what we did. He went to Game Fit. He went at 4 o'clock in the morning. Game Fit Lem will just, if Jaylen was coming, he'll dial down the time. If it had 3 o'clock in the morning, then he'll say, okay, I got 3 o'clock in the morning. Come on in. And Jay, he'd go. I also think he would say no, but nah, he went, and he still had his workout planned for the day. And so then he went to Washington State, just hit all those metrics, and a person got injured or whatever. And then the next, but some game 5 or whatever, he's
there.
And that's kind of the whole Washington State. And then he was supposed to do it 2 years because me and my wife now, we're ready for, because, Washington State, they lost their whole staff.
Yep.
And so we're not going to stay. We went there. I went there before Kyle
Yeah.
and Wayne, right?
Yeah.
You go there for the coach.
Yeah, for sure.
You don't go there for the name of the school.
Yeah.
And so what I saw when he left, then it was like, okay, we got to go somewhere else. But he already said, I'm going into the draft.
Yeah.
So he's, okay, cool. You're going to go into the draft
After just playing 1 year?
after 1 year.
And was he projected to get picked at a decent amount at that time?
No one knew who he was.
Yeah. Yeah.
This is crazy. That's why I said his mind is crazy.
Yeah.
He just, once he's locked in, he just thinks it's going to happen.
Here's the thing. Everybody believes that they're going, though.
Yeah.
Everybody believes that they're going. And there's a lot of people that put in work. It doesn't normally happen like that.
Yeah.
Everybody thinks that they're going.
This is the conversation I have all the time.
Yeah.
What is the edge?
Yeah.
That's why I say strength and conditioning is the edge.
Uh-huh.
And so, we really worked on strength and conditioning. That's even more important than the training. Of course, the training is important too.
Yeah.
So when he went into the draft, so he said he's going to go into the draft, so that's cool. But we figure he's going to probably be playing. He's going to test the waters, and then he's going to go to, because there was the high level scores were interested.
Yeah.
So we had those interests, and they threw the money out there.
Yeah.
A lot of high money.
Yeah.
We're talking about 2+.
Yeah.
So we're figuring out our gear.
Yeah.
Because we're going to be in the college. You know how college, that whole college
yeah.
atmosphere, that's going to be fun. And we're going to the school that typically always makes it to the,
Yeah.
at least to the Sweet 16.
Yep.
So we're going to have some fun.
Mm-hmm.
But then I get a phone call. And me and my wife, we're all happy. We're just like, is it going to be Duke? Is it going to be Kansas? Wherever.
Yeah.
And so we're just thinking, yeah, we're going to have fun. And then he calls up and says, I'm going to go for the NBA. I'm taking my name out. And I was like, and then he used my words against me. I'm betting on myself. And that was it. There's no argument because those were my words
Yeah.
all the time. You got to believe in yourself, bet on yourself. And so he did. And then he went, the other thing that people don't know, he went because no one knew who he was.
Yeah.
He just leaked in. Someone dropped out. That's how he got into the draft.
Okay.
So I was just, we had an NBA agent
Uh-huh.
who was a dog.
Mm-hmm.
So props, shout out to PNW
Mm-hmm.
and Iman. And so he's got him in to the draft. He didn't do well in the draft circuit.
Yeah.
But they had Bronny there, and so he got all the attention.
Of course.
So, I mean, we're talking about good people that were known
Yeah.
weren't getting a lot of attention.
Yeah.
The little people just like little ducks,
Mm-hmm.
following them all around. So, which is cool. We don't care.
Yeah.
He's just enjoying. I'm here,
Yeah.
and so we just go through that, and then he says, so then he had to go to all the gyms,
Uh-huh.
to the GMs. So I think he had to go to 24, play in front of 24 GMs,
Mm.
and that's really high.
Mhm.
Most people do like 14, 15. He had 24 because no one knew who he was.
Yeah.
And he's flying he's going to San Antonio, then flying to Minnesota, to
Mm-hmm.
Sacramento, to San Antonio one more time, to, I don't know,
Yeah.
Pelicans. I know he went there a few times. And so all these gyms just
Yeah.
flying here, go. And that was kind of the whole thing. But he did well. So
Man.
then we made it to the draft. So we didn't have no clue because we had no clue who's even going to make it to the draft.
Yeah.
And then we had no clue that he was going to.
Actually get drafted.
But people
Yeah.
were saying that he could be in the first round. And other people
So he was getting a little bit of that. Okay.
Some people said he was first round, and other people were saying, no way, and he's not even getting into any of the rounds. So
Yeah.
so we're just like whatever.
Uh-huh.
But we're all dressed and ready for the first round because it's a 2-day thing.
Yep.
So he dressed this.
Where are you guys at?
What he thought.
Where are you guys at watching it?
What's that?
Where are you guys at watching? Getting ready for
Oh
the
yeah,
draft.
we were there.
You were there. You were there.
Where
Got
was
it.
that? Where was that being held at?
It was in New York.
Okay.
Yeah.
What a whirlwind! I mean,
It was a whirlwind.
You're thinking you're going to get a phone call that he's going to go to the transfer portal, go to college. Now, here's my question. I don't know this, know the answer to this, but when you decide that you're going to decline going in the transfer portal, you put your name in to go into the NBA draft.
Yep.
Into the NBA draft, but that's even not guaranteed that you can be accepted.
You had to make a decision at a point to pull your name out.
Of the college portal.
Yeah, out of the
now,
college portal.
if the NBA draft didn't work, can you go back to the portal?
No.
Not if you sign with an agent.
Yeah.
Not if you sign with an agent. Oh my gosh, this is literally like all chips are in at this point.
Yeah, exactly. That's the bet.
Okay.
Yeah.
And this is coming off of 1 year at Washington State. So
It's wild.
makes
It's wild.
Makes drafts. So now you guys are in New York. Take us
So
from
we
there.
went through the draft. It didn't do well in there. It just was okay.
Yeah.
Through the whole draft thing. But Jaylen's never been in the limelight.
Yeah.
If you think about it. He never really was. He never was on the AAU circuit where you're playing the tough games. He was just on regular AAU no shoe.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just you're a nobody if you really know the AAU circuit
Yep. Oh,
today. It's like you're a nobody, and so you just do your thing. But he was guarding some of the people who were ranked. He's killing them. Whether he had to defend the best point guard, locks him up. Then because what was great with Rose City, they just put him wherever they needed to show him off.
Yeah.
I remember these Africans were all tall,
Yeah.
and Jaylen just let them up.
That's wild.
He didn't care.
That's
And so
wild.
it was just nonchalant for him to just play, so he could play basketball.
Yeah.
So we're in the draft, and then so he just nothing great, nothing to brag about.
Yeah.
And then they show when Jaylen was playing, on the floor. You know how they play on the draft, playing against each other.
Mm-hmm.
They were interviewing because my family were all watching at the house, and even my friends at work. Everybody was on this journey with me now.
Yeah.
My Kaiser people.
Oh yeah.
They were dressed down. They were really in on the journey.
Uh-huh.
So I love my people. Shout out to Kaiser.
Yeah.
Staff. So so they're on TV calling me saying that they don't see him,
Mm.
but I'm watching him. They were interviewing Bronny.
Yeah.
and then I think and then McCain, Jared McCain, who also came from SAC.
Yep.
So those two got were interviewing while they were showing our game.
Yeah.
So they only had like a flash of Jaylen playing to my friends, so no one really got
Yeah.
to see it. But that's just something to bring up. But that those guys on the court were nobody.
Yeah.
So anyways, that was the draft. Then we had day one. He put all this to figure out, should I put my best suit on
Yeah.
for day one because I'm going to go up on day one, or should I change it up and do something for D2?
Yeah.
I mean, for day two.
What was
So he
his
didn't get
decision?
called. He didn't get called on day one.
What was his decision on what he was wearing? Did he use the best one?
He put the best one.
He
on.
put the best one. He was ready to go
was
do
ready- he was ready to
round
go.
one.
He was ready
I
to
love
go
it,
round
man.
one.
I guess I should have known what the answer to that
Yeah.
was, but I had to ask.
But it didn't bother him. I mean,
Yeah.
At least he didn't show it, right?
Yeah.
And so we just show up on day two.
Day two, yeah.
Day two was another bizarre thing. This is why a guy that no one knows puts you on a whole different trip. Because we're all on this roller coaster, not knowing anything.
Yeah.
So anyways, they're negotiating. You hear because everybody's trying to figure out who's going to call who, and
Yeah.
then Jaylen get up and they go talk, and then the agents will be in the corner, and then they go away, and then they'll run off. The agents say, "Hold on just a second," and go talk to some people, come back, and so all this was going on, and they finally tell us, "Okay, you're probably going to go number 40. You're going to be number 42." And then we thought it was going to be the Clippers.
Okay.
They didn't tell us anything. I
Yeah.
just know after the fact.
Yeah.
That's what it was. And so, anyways, we're getting our stuff and then we're gonna sit in the ESPN place,
Yep.
where you sit. So we're just gonna sit and wait our turn.
Yeah.
And then on our way, they said they're about to call your name.
Dang.
So we have to run up, and you got to go run down some stairs, run into this thing. Then you had to sit in the chair, and I have my little 6'5", I see she's 4 now at
Yeah.
that time, and we're running with her, and we come sit down. Just as before I sit down, Jaylen Wells, and so we're sitting, and he has to pop back up and raise, so he's trying to put on his hat, and then look right, and then all of a sudden you get the interview. Or the little sound that makes, and then get the
man.
interview. So we were all sweating,
Oh my goodness.
and he wasn't sure if his hat was all right. 'Cause
Yeah.
he didn't have a chance to set anything up. So that was it. So and he got number 39.
39 overall.
But he was drafted to Memphis. It was not the Clippers, correct?
Yeah.
They thought I think they may have made a deal. I don't know how all that works.
Yep.
But maybe there was a deal that's why we were coming down to wait because the Clippers. But then maybe Memphis called
Yeah.
and said we'll take them, and then whatever conversations that they were having because they were on the phone,
Yeah.
and then suddenly. So I think those were probably maybe the two people that they were kind of playing around with, and
Yeah.
then finally last second Memphis comes in and says they'll take them.
I'm assuming he didn't care where he went. He just, you said multiple times, he just wanted to play, right? So is that
That was it.
where it is?
That was it.
Man.
Just wanted to play, and I think he knew that Memphis liked him. So he had another two-way that we didn't know that would have happened if everything fell. Because Minnesota likes him, they still like him.
Of course, yeah.
So anyways, that was kind of that was that day, and then I'm a new dad. I don't know nothing about money, nor do I care.
Yeah.
To
Yeah.
this day, I don't.
Yeah.
People think I do because I talk about how you can make money and live forever and,
Yeah.
and retire well because I live and retired well.
Yeah.
I did not, but I did some stuff with my, negotiation wise to figure out how to. So using life insurance and using the market to buy me some time,
Yep.
I was able to get myself retired early. So now I was going to retire. When I looked at the little, the pension, so I'm diverting to me real quick because it was
for sure.
It was kind of key. So one of my daughters, the one that triggered me into life insurance.
Yeah.
I had a friend at Kaiser that was telling me about the market.
Yeah.
But he wouldn't. I had a debt of $150,000 at 50. And so at my debt, I'm looking at. I'm just thinking you just put money in the market and whatever. I had no idea compound interest and all that stuff. So my debt's like $1 billion, right? I mean, you're paying you're paying your interest
Yeah.
super high, and then you put something in the market, and you think your market's doing something, but you know your market money is not even close. Even your debt's growing way faster than your
Yeah.
what you're growing in the market.
Yeah.
So that guy hit me in the head, and
Yeah.
so I got knocked down my market. He wouldn't even teach me anymore on the market until my debt was gone,
Yeah.
until my debt was down. Meanwhile, my daughter invites me to this life insurance event. So I go to this life insurance event, and I think Master P. It was Master P.
Yeah.
And again, another money man.
Yeah.
And so Master P. Whoa, he made me suddenly start thinking about this money thing.
Yeah.
Wait, because we all just knew you just go, you get a job, and I had a good job, and you get a high income, and you think you're great. But high income, your money goes away. It's just like when you give these money to the football players and all that stuff, and they're broke because you could spend it, and that's what you do. You just spend it. And so I didn't really think about. And then they said put this money in the 401k, but the 401k money wasn't enough.
Yeah.
And so now I understand life insurance, and then I said I'm going to actively get involved. I learned from Mwante, my guy that's here in SAC.
Wante.
Yeah,
That's my
That's
guy.
it, Mwante and SAC. He's
Yeah.
teaching me everything because he's a money guy,
Yeah.
not just life insurance. He understands the market.
Yeah.
So I'm learning now. And then from Matt Sapala,
Yeah.
who's a millionaire, who has all the money. So between these two and the event, I started learning about life insurance. And then I show up to go, I think I want to leave
Yeah.
now, Kaiser. I show up and they show me my pension. It's like, this is what? And I'm living at $12,000 a month. My pension was added up to $5,000 total. And when I add all my money together, and my 401k, I use that to help me get out of my $150,000 debt.
Yeah.
But that was dumb too. So those are a whole bunch of
Jeez.
things you don't do.
Yeah.
But I did it.
Yeah.
And so I did everything wrong. But I learned, I understood the market, I understand life insurance product, and I understood, so I created a strategy. And that strategy got me out.
That's amazing.
And so it's a combination of all three.
Yeah.
People don't listen to strategy. So when you try to sell life insurance, people don't understand the true value of life insurance.
Yeah.
Master P made me listen to him, understood. He's rich because he got generational wealth was handed to him. And then what he did with his $10,000 and investing and betting on himself, which is what we're talking about on all these kids, that's what he did, and it got smart, got educated, and there he is, right? He's doing what he's doing. So so I used some of that. I mean, I'm late when I did all this stuff, so I got to do something. So I had to put some money into high risk stocks, and they wouldn't touch it. I was trying to have them help me manage it, and they said they had to make a phone call, and they came back and said, you're because of your age,
Yeah.
and it's your retirement stuff, we can't manage it for
Yeah.
you. And I said, okay, that's fine. I'm gonna put it here. I'm gonna put it here.
Yeah.
And the market was making me $10,000 a month.
Yeah.
I can take it out every month. So I was just taking money. And I'm doing it to this day.
Yeah.
And it's gonna buy me time. It bought me time to my Social Security. So that was at 60. Now I'm
Yeah.
62. Now I'm at Social Security, so I can take out less.
Yes.
I'm starting to run out.
Yeah.
But if I get to 65, because Medicare kicks in, and now that I pay $3,000, I pay for my whole
Yeah.
life insurance. That's $3,000 a month. So that $3,000 a month goes away. And but I picked up the 6-year-old, 1-year-old. She's $3,000 a month. So I break even
Yeah.
there at Medicare, and then I have my two insurance. I got two annuities, and I timed them. So one's going to be a raise at 65, and the next one's going to be a raise at 67.
I love it.
And it's going to far exceed what I need.
Yeah.
So I told my son, because everyone thinks that because I have my NBA son, I told him not to give me a dime.
Yeah.
We made it this far without you,
Yeah.
because I need him to put his money away.
Yeah.
And so I've only got like maybe 3 dinners from him, maybe 4. I mean, something like that. But we're talking about, he'll give me tennis shoes. Both of my sons, my older son and my younger son, don't like my shoes. They get dirty, and I'm wearing it around. They don't like it, so they see my shoes and they buy me new shoes.
Yeah.
So
I mean, you don't get cold Gatorade every now and then from them. Like, I mean,
Yeah,
you're a winner. You know what I'm saying? You don't
Right.
get some
No,
cold
you're right.
Gatorade here and there.
yeah, I ain't getting nothing. Dads, if you guys are a dad, just remember it's gonna be mom.
Yep.
Mom gets the hookup. And so, because that's what another thing that so anyways, I just manage my own finances. I don't get my son does nothing. He's investing in himself.
Yeah.
So I always said that you're not there until the second contract.
Yeah.
So that's where we're at right now.
For sure.
I told him at fourth grade. Remember, I told you at fourth grade was when we commit. I also told him I'm going to take your first $1 million, and I did. So we took his first $1 million. He's retired.
Yeah.
That's just sitting there, 22-year-old.
Yeah.
With that much money sitting in a couple different policies. So he has the policy that's going to take care of him.
Yeah.
And he has a policy that he can pull money out of.
Yeah.
And so if he says he wants to leave at 40 and his career stopped today, we took care of him.
Yeah.
So now you play basketball with no worry.
Oh yeah.
Right. And this is why I try to tell these. No one listens. You guys don't listen. Nobody listens. You got a strategy.
Yeah.
It's simply a strategy, and the young kids got it.
Yeah.
Just said.
Yeah.
You don't need government stuff at all.
Yeah.
If you just use the strategy.
Yeah.
You're doing real estate, other people, and you add all these things into it. So that's the next thing. Once you start making too much money, you got to get some real estate money. You got to start throwing some stuff in real estate. So we're going to learn from you. Maybe I'll talk to you guys.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the next round is, okay, now you have this much money. We need to know how to manage money in that way. Again, I always say you learn from the people who do it.
Yep.
And that's what I do. I
Love it.
always go to the people who do it. So that's where Jaylen is. So he makes it into the Rising Star. That was another bizarre. Number one, he starts.
Yeah.
I did my same circles. I'm not going to name my circles.
Yeah.
And things worked out. And then he ended up starting.
Yeah.
And then he became Rising Star. And then he did it a second year.
Yeah.
This year, I don't know how to navigate a team that seems like they want to lose. Right?
Yeah.
It breaks my bone.
Yeah.
And my soul. It's just that I never believe in losing. You don't use strategy to get something, because a lot of times it buys you. It's just anti-me.
Yeah.
You just gotta go for it, and what's gonna happen is gonna happen. You deserve what you get, and a lot of times good things happen.
Yeah.
But the habit of winning should always be a habit.
Yeah.
That's me. I'll die on that cross. Out loud. So how to navigate him? How to navigate something like that? It's hard for me to even say what to do. But I know if we were trying to win, he'd be on his way to his third All-Star stuff.
Yeah.
Rookie, because his mind is winning.
Yeah. Yeah.
Everybody on the floor's mind is winning. Right? But if people are trying to get jobs, it's a whole different animal. And so, and your team, everyone kind of thinks that's happening. So it's just, when I worked at Kaiser, I always said the patient, because when we I have a legacy. I think they named the lane after me, called Fred. Fred Lane at Kaiser. Because the same mentality is the same. Of course, when you work at the hospital, what's the number one person? What are they going to tell you?
Doctor?
The patient.
Patient.
Oh.
No, it's patient care.
Yeah.
They always tell you that. But a lot of times but the staff make it easier for staff to take care of the patient. Right? Make it easier for staff to take care of the patient. But if you actually put the patient first, it will actually work better. The patient will get the top care. But a lot of times we put in taking care of the staff.
Yeah.
And I always would be in this thing. I said, okay, so just tell me what you want. Because when I'm in my management phase, is you want the patient, or you want to make it easier for staff and then take care of the patient. Because I can do whatever one you want.
Yeah.
And then so when I'm working on my own, this is before they locked me in as a manager. I was just a supervisor. we were moving
Yeah.
because it was all about the patient. So they don't know it, but they were able to hire more physicians because if you move fast, you need more physicians.
Yeah.
And so our physician numbers did go up because you show benefit. It's business. So anyways, it was that, and then you had to build your team.
Yeah.
So no, you don't have to. We don't back down to fix the team. The team you push to get to your level. And so my mind is always like we try to make it easy for us to punish them, easy to track them, easier to. And I was like, all we do if we put more time in educating them into the training and have these we just do on site. Just here's equipment people are struggling with. Let's work through this. That was me. That was me in the beginning.
Yeah.
And so I had a lot of people really good.
Yeah.
But then you have to be able to document it all.
Yeah.
And put it on. So anyways, that's why it was time for me to leave. At the point that it was getting too watching everybody and staring at everybody, and I have to look at your chart and go tell you you're in trouble again because you didn't check this box. As soon as it became that, it wasn't a place for me. I'm like, someone drops on the floor, everybody gets in there, and they know what they're doing and get it done. It's basketball.
Yeah.
At the end of the day, it's still basketball.
Yep.
You're not going to win. Your team's got to play together, dive for the ball, do all the things that needs necessary to get the win.
Yeah.
So I got out.
Uh-huh.
So that's them. Then that was Jaylen, and then Sleep Nation.
Sleep Nation. Yep.
So Sleep Nation is everything we're talking about.
Yeah.
So Jaylen and Adam. Jaylen, we told his story. Adam struggled. He didn't have all the ability to get to all the places that you need to do to become a great basketball player, right? So you got to have a trainer. You need to get to strength, and you need to get onto an AAU team, and you need to go to the right place. So then it becomes money. That's why I'm $150,000 in debt.
Yep.
So then I had 2 kids that I was doing that with. So anyways, he didn't have all that. Then he had periods of time where he was homeless and stuff like that. So he stayed at Jaylen's house. He stayed at Jaylen's dorm at Sonoma sometimes. And then he had another friend that he stayed at. So anyways, so that journey, his vision mixed with Jaylen's vision is Jaylen was a sleeper and he didn't have the resource. So Sleep Nation takes both. So we created, there's a pro pathway. That's access and opportunity. Access and opportunity is my word for everything that I do. All I need is access and opportunity. And then I call it the we, that's work, effort, and energy. And then there's the habits, your habits, your attitude, and those values that we were talking about. So if you put all those things in there, you have success. Most people aren't going to do it. Who wants to be that disciplined? It's hard. And most people don't have courage. They don't take risks. So you don't go far. Obviously, when you guys, both your business, you guys are taking risks. It's just, a lot of people just don't do that. They don't understand that just that mindset is already kind of crazy, that you're trying to run your own business and try to feed your family off of that. It's crazy. So with Sleep Nation, we put them on that pathway, and the part of that pathway is the value. So I have it. The backbone of character is integrity, and right next to that I'll have integrity, and then off of that I have those offshoots of confidence, and then you got responsibility, accountability, and then discipline, focus, and courage, risk, and then the most important one, the ones that why everybody's going to mental health specialists, is because they have not trained on resilience. And then also you got to be resilient because this is normal. You're going to make mistakes, and there's horrible things that happen in our life. And then you still got to keep going, and that's persistent. So you got resilience, and then you got to be persistent. Do all that. No man could take that from you.
Yeah.
You just go do that, and you're going to end up somewhere. In a good place. You know, it might not be NBA, but you're not going to worry about that either. You're resilient. So you move off on another path. Hence Adam, who is now, he wants to be a movie producer. So that's his other little thing. So he's on our thing. So he's going to be his goal is to be a movie producer. So it's the whole video production of Sleep Nation is really the the true key of Sleep Nation in the sense of all we want is everyone to see the community. Everyone, every hooper, every nonprofit that supports, because a lot of people don't understand, there's nonprofits out there really, the real work, it's not government, it's nonprofit.
Yeah.
The nonprofits that are really genuine, a lot of them are genuine people. There's a lot of evil nonprofits, as everything, because it's a way to get money.
Yeah.
So anytime money's involved, there's evil and there's good. So for me, Sleep Nation, we find good people.
Yeah. Yeah.
Not nice people. They might be mean. They might be mean like Mike Wall. He sounds mean, but he creates winners,
Yeah.
right? And so I'm not looking at your personality. I'm not looking at anything. Is quality? That's it.
Yeah.
Is your business as a consumer what you do, where you go, what you want to do with it. That's not my job. There's a pathway. These are people that work with Jaylen and Jared and Darren McCain. These are 3 people I can tell you. These people I'm sending you to, touch them.
Yeah.
And so there's a path. AAU is a horrible thing, but it's necessary.
Yeah.
But everyone's going to tell you got to have the shoe circuit. You got to go to UIBL. Well, Sleep Nation wants to take over all that because I don't like the way they manage the circuit because it's now commercial. And again, when it was
100%.
Black Brown, help the people in the community that have no money. Now they can't even get into the system anymore.
Yeah.
They can't get trained. We used to go find them and pull them out. You don't have to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of people who got money that's rich enough, just like me, that I didn't have money. I'm poor. I got poor, to support them, but I put the money in. It would still cost money to have that success. So, anyways, those are all evils out there, but you just got to deal with it.
Yep.
It's just navigating. And so again, people can lock in. Is AAU the worst thing in the world? Yeah, it is. But it's also good.
So on this trip that you're going to Memphis tomorrow. This is this to get that message, to get the word out on Sleep Nation?
Yeah, so I'm gonna go. So the trip to Memphis, which I've kind of done a lot of that work here, I'm doing the same thing over there. So I already found like a good guy that I trust. I already gave him some little test things to do, and he's done well. And so I'm gonna call him Me. He's a Me in Memphis. So now we're gonna walk together on everything that I'm doing, so you can start to see what I'm doing. Another young guy. So I want like people to believe that they can do it and start to show them by being a role model, and then start watching how we negotiate. And he's also in the life insurance business. So I put most people that have a life insurance, that are licensed in life insurance, as my team, because they're already starting to get that mindset, a business mind. And I want them to I want people with a business mind.
It's awesome.
And then I want us to be able to offer them that financial security, because at the end of the day, wherever we end up, the financial security. So my goal is everyone in Sacramento has life insurance. It seems so far away because I'm not even talking about life insurance.
Yeah.
But I think everyone should have life insurance because it's instant generational wealth. And that was Master P. All he did was get $10,000 from grandma. And he took that $10,000 and did this. That can happen with any of us. But if we educate them, it can be 2 generations. God said, be ready for 2 generations. So let's get ready for 2 generations. So it's just a drive. So we just got to get kids in and get all these kids in, whether I'm training them to do Me and Sleep Nation, whatever it is that you're building your business. Understand that you just need to don't just spend your money, grow your money. And now as we move along, let's work with kids. Let's be good to kids. Let's create quality. And don't worry about, never chase the money. The money will always follow you if you do quality, if you seek quality work. So I just want genuine people on the path. So I'm going to Memphis. I met a woman I believe is generous. I think I'm going to have her help me with getting donations and stuff like that. The other guy I have is going to introduce me because he's a hooper. So he's going to introduce me to all the trainers and strength and condition people and the coaches and the AAU coaches. And then we'll put our kids on the path. So then I have an AAU team. Jaylen Wells has a team here, Jaylen Wells Elite here. And then Isaac Jones donated to the girls' side. So now we have a girls' side. It's Jaylen Wells Elite powered by Isaac Jones.
That's awesome.
So we've got we put those two things together. So I know there's one AAU team that I trust that does the right thing. Again, people try to hold me into their characters and all that stuff. I don't get into character or personalities. That's not my business. My business is that group of people are going to train you the right way to be a great basketball player, and the exposure is going to be neat. I don't care what. I don't even know what circuit. I tell people I don't care. I don't even know what circuit they're in. He'll tell me we're doing this. I don't care.
Yeah.
I don't care about your shoe circuit. What we're going to do at the end of the day is that kid that looks good, we got to get them the right exposure. So when you find that kid, we're going to make sure they're in those right places. So just right now, let's just go through the stuff, and we'll find them as they come out. That special kid will stand out. So I just got to build that team, get them to work together, which is hard. That's the hardest part, is because they're all fighting.
Yeah.
And they all think that they're the best. I mean, the AAU team out there, he was worried that he said the AAU is crazy. It's worse than Memphis. And I was like,
is it? Oh man.
No, it's not. It's the same problem. I don't care where you go. People are trying to make money, and they're making money off your kids. And then they tell you stuff.
Let me ask you. I want to circle back because I just would love to hear this two pieces going back to Jaylen real quick. Has he shared with you this is his third year, right?
He's going to come into his third year. So this is his
second year.
Correct.
Has there been any player that he's played with on this Memphis Grizzlies team in his 2 years that has been kind of like a mentor, a rock, or just somebody that he's gravitated to that he shared with you?
Well, I just know he likes, and I was glad, Jaren Jackson.
Oh, wow.
Jr.
Okay.
And he left, but Jaren Jackson Jr., he saw that he was into Sleep Nation and actually bought him a whole camera set. I mean, we're talking about the camera, the tripod, the lights, the microphones, the whole setup. And then Jaylen would go to some of his camps. So he was one guy. Marcus Smart is the one that kind of helped him get going as a defender. So when he first got here, his first stop was Marcus Smart, who kind of taught him all the defensive games on how to not to keep fouling, and you're guarding LeBron. This is what you're going to do if you're guarding this guy. So you got to do these different things. So he learned from that one, and then there was a dunker guy, and I can't even remember because he didn't stay very long. Huff.
Okay.
So he actually started talking to him a lot because they engaged a lot. So they talked, but he's gone.
And now, what about the injury? I know that was a pretty gruesome injury. And how did he and obviously probably had the support of his family, but just how did he bounce back from that?
Yeah, and again, those are like the things I say behind the scene, because when you listen like to the fan stuff, because in the beginning I talked to a lot of people, podcast people and all these people that were like really supportive, but I call it the shiny nickel syndrome, because it'll drop you in a second, and it was good to learn because I already kind of suspected it, but so the fans they'll love you and hate you. And some just will never. They're stuck with another guy, so they're stuck with that guy, and you're not good. So those were. So that's kind of part of what you see, because they don't see what happens when you got to recover, right? So so he got his injury, which was horrible. I still don't watch it, but he said he watched it like 100 times, but I couldn't watch it, and so. But then the next thing was, so now he's injured. Okay, again, remember in our house, there's no stopping. So how do we keep? We got to keep moving. So we think ahead and never cry. Basically, I mean, you can cry because it hurts, but we're moving forward while you're crying. Tears are moving while you're going out there, and so all the doctors, they had all these different doctors call, and it was on the phone, and there's 5 different doctors. They had some on the West Coast, some on the East Coast, and they all had their strategies. So he put me on the phone. It's like, that's the hard part about being a dad, because you're put into these positions to make decisions. It's like the COVID time. you're put in there, and they start to depend that you're going to make these decisions. That was one. That was another one. It's a critical decision-making time because there's all these options on what to do to get him to recover. And we took the shortest route, and we didn't just take the shortest route because it was the shortest route. We took the shortest route because it fit. You know, when I listened to all the things, and then I said, "So what do you think?" So we took the shortest route. So then he just had to recover. So he just started working on his other hand and doing everything he can do without this other hand. Kept showing at the games, kept signing the autographs, just kept playing basketball like he's just not playing basketball, but doing all the work, all the stuff that he's supposed to do. So he didn't take that as a break. He took that as keep working, showing up and doing the game. And the next thing you know, the cast falls off, and you're back into this, and now you got this hand that's not working so well. And then you have to go through that. He went to summer league, didn't shoot very well, and then had a couple slumps. Here he's still kind of working through it. The people who don't think about that. He had a true concussion, so he truly had a concussion, and he truly broke his wrist. And they all take it. It doesn't. Your repetition with your new heel staff is this ligament, the one that was, the bone and the ligament how it was attached. That had the repetition. Right, all the repetition that you do, you're starting it, your repetition all over again. So you got to get those. You have to go through that.
Oh yeah.
And then, so he just moved on and just went through a slump and just kept doing whatever you got to do. Then, and he ended up getting Rising Star again.
Wow.
Right. So he got Rising Star. He still played good defense, and then the only reason why anything has changed now because he was after February he was shooting 17 points a game, but they went into this tank mode, and in this tank mode, the different people coming in they're trying to get on the team.
Yep.
And so at first I didn't. It was managed different. Now I don't know. So I don't know how to handle that, but he was just coming, so it's kind of sad because he was just starting to get through this. And if they had a team that was trying to win, then all that stuff would all work out, right?
Definitely.
But now you're trying to shoot because you maybe don't get the pass, and so now you gotta get the ball. You gotta figure, I know I should do this or do that, but I can see his brain has to think because I want to get a couple shots up today.
Right.
Right. I think yesterday he shot 4 times, and another time 6. Before all this stuff, he was shooting about 12.
Oh yeah.
Sometimes
That's a
16 points a
huge
game.
difference.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So there's a serious of frustration, and I'm going to Memphis now because we just ran into it. Right, it's his 3rd game, so the strategy is all I said when I told today is we gotta get his confidence and keep the head right.
Well, we are so happy that you took your time before going out to Memphis to come in and sit down and share your story with us. It's been truly remarkable. I mean, listening to your story, you've built some incredible kids, and the mindset and what you've taught them all. And I can tell the way that your brain moves. It's constantly active and constantly moving and working, and it's been awesome just to hear all of the stories, man. So we definitely want to thank you for coming in and sharing those with us.
All right.
Renee's got a question that we ask every guest that comes to the Legacy Lounge.
And this one, I'm not sure which direction he's going to go because he's built such a legacy. But Fred, what does legacy mean to you, man?
So you have your financial legacy that you leave, right? So that's built, and so I get to keep living because my kids are built to keep living. So they have those values that we were talking about. That's the legacy.
Yeah.
So I build, and then once you build, it's for sustainability. So my goal is you go through this life, and not just get there, but sustain it, and then give it back to your people. Go back. So legacy for me, that's what I left. Everyone's gonna see me. I said it's hard to be a role model. That's when my son, my 30, sees me still outside working in the gym.
Yeah.
Still sees me reading a book. Sees me getting up in the morning, going somewhere where I don't have to go. I'm retired.
Yeah.
And that's the legacy. This is what life is, and what is it doing? What am I doing? I'm going to talk to some kids. I'm going to go meet some kids. So the legacy is build, don't quit, stay persistent, and keep your money, make your money last longer than you.
That's a great way to end it. Thank you so much for being in the lounge.
Fred Wells,
All right.
thank you so
Thank
much.
you.
We're out.